Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. It's very early for a Ryan 118 stream, I'm aware of that, but however, we have an early thing to talk about. We have the Champions League playoff round draw in a few moments' time. I say in a few moments' time. When realistically we know there's probably going to be a good bit of waffle before we even get to the draw. Nonetheless, I'll be here with you until we find out who Celtic will play in the next round of the UEFA Champions League. It's hardly a mystery. We know that it is one of two teams. Celtic will either play Bayern Munich or Real Madrid in the next round. I know. We're going to probably take a couple of sore ones in this round of the competition, but what matters is Celtic are in this draw this morning. On the 31st of January 2025, Celtic are in a knockout draw for European competition, and not only European competition, but the UEFA Champions League. This is the first time this has happened for Celtic since the 2012-13 season. We drew Juventus, if you remember rightly, and ever since, 10 years plus has passed. We haven't done it. So this morning we'll find out who will it be, Bayern, Real Madrid. Let me know who you would rather out of the two teams. I'm seeing a lot of people jumping to the Bayern Munich conclusion, and I would be lying if saying I don't agree. But very quickly before the stream starts for the draw, because I can't show you the stream on this screen, I would get banned by UEFA. I would get my channel taken off me. Here, before the stream starts, we do have the pairings for this competition. As you can see, unseeded pairings, Celtic included in them, and then the seeded pairings down here, we can be drawn against Real or Bayern Munich. Sadly, it could have went other ways. We maybe could have seen other results, bring I don't know, Atalanta in, who we got a 0-0 against. We could have seen Milan, who are having a very poor season, been brought in. PSV, a great team, but one that maybe we're closer match to. It's just worked out this way, sadly. And that's just what we're going to have to deal with. So Celtic or Manchester City, unseeded pairing 21 and 22, will go up against seeded pairing 11 or 12, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. If you're wanting to watch the draw alongside me, if you're wanting to watch live, you can get it for free on UEFA.com. It is on their official club, official organisation website, I should say. I think they might be showing it on TNT Sports as well, but honestly, if you're at work or whatever, you're better just heading over to UEFA.com. You're probably better just going over there. It should be starting in right now, because it is 11 AM, which is 12 PM over in Switzerland. So I will stop sharing the screen now, and we will wait for the stream to start. I will try and keep you as updated as possible. I will also turn up the volume a little bit. If you can hear the background noise of my stream when it begins, and it's irritating, let me know. I was going to leave it on a little bit so you could get the illusion of watching it with me. But if it's annoying, please let me know. Anyway, good morning to you all. It's nice to be here. I do enjoy these live reaction streams. They're a bit of a laugh, I suppose. Not as exciting, this one, for two reasons. Number one, we basically know who we're getting. As I said, the mystery of it all is basically gone. And number two, it's Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, which is a shame, because I would have loved to avoid these sides if possible. I suppose when you're in the Champions League at one stage or another, you're going to have to face these big dogs. But we obviously faced Real Madrid a couple of years ago. We've seen how that went. Brendan Rodgers has come up against Bayern Munich before. May I remind you, against Bayern Munich, we didn't do too bad. Away from home, yeah, we might have got a wee bit of a doing, 3-0 on the night. But at Celtic Park, we were so unlucky not to beat Bayern Munich that night, or at least get a draw. And we played very, very well. But it's a complete. There's no point in thinking about that side or thinking about that night. And it's the same with Real Madrid, to be honest. There's no point thinking about that team and that night, because football's changed. And those teams have changed, especially Bayern. Bayern are nothing like the side that we played. I believe it was Jupp Heynckes who was manager when we played them back in 2017. So that shows you how things have changed. Real Madrid, you know, they've had a couple of big changes in their side. Kylian Mbappe's now here. Was Jude Bellingham there yet when we played them? I don't think he was. So, you know, they're two very different sides. From the ones that we've played in the past, and ultimately none of them are favourable draws. They're two draws that are pretty stinking, and we're going to be playing for pride at this point. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to beat around the bush, and I want to go on feeling confident. I don't want to be miserable about things, but I think Celtic's main aim is just to avoid any of these 6-7-0 games. You know, go in there and try and make it as tough as possible. The first game will be at Celtic Park. Not this week coming, the week following. So we played Dundee on Wednesday night at Celtic Park. The following Tuesday or Wednesday, we don't have official confirmed days yet, but the following Tuesday or Wednesday, we will be playing one of these sides at Celtic Park. It will come very thick and fast. We need to make as much use as we can out of the home leg. We need to try and keep it as low scoring a result as possible. It will be tough. But let's get some of your points in. Let's talk to you guys. The stream, the draw has not started yet. We're still waiting on the stream to start. I want to hear your questions, your thoughts about the draw. Miles in the corner saying, are Real better than the last time we played them, or about the same? I would say they're better. I know they started this season slow. It took them their time to get into things, and it looked as though the big Mbappe acquisition was a bust. But he started playing well. Real have found their form, which is, to be honest, terrifying. They're top of the table, I believe, in La Liga. This is a better Real side, you know. Put it this way, they're champions of Europe for a reason, and they have improved on a team that's champions of Europe. They've brought in Kylian Mbappe, who is one of the best players in the world. Like him or not, I don't like him. I hate Mbappe, but I think they're a better side. So, you know, it's not exactly great. JJ said, fed up with Madrid, been a while since Bayern beat us. You know, it's nuts because when we drew Real Madrid back in Ange Postecoglou's second season with us, that was the first time we'd played Real Madrid since, what, the 1980s? And it's nuts we might have them for the second time in only a couple of years now. So I remember back then, a few people, I remember being on Twitter around then, people saying, oh, I hope we get Madrid. It's been a while since we've welcomed them. Sorry, I'm all stuffed up. It's been a while since we've had them at Celtic Park. Yous have jinxed us. Thanks very much, anybody who was dying to see Real Madrid for the fucking glamour ties. I hate the glamour ties. I wish we were playing Brest next week. But here we are. It's only half an hour long, so you might have finally listened to the audience. Well, typically these draws are shorter, but it's not even fucking started yet, which isn't great. They're 5 minutes late already, unless... Nah, I think my stream's working fine. I don't see anything freezing or anything like that. Let's get some more of the questions. Realistically, if we're lucky, we get a moral result at home and a damning result away. Yeah, probably. I'm glad that you can look at it realistically. I'm glad we say that. Cam saying, Ryan, do you think we'll get Kvistgarden over the line? I hope so. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm confident of it happening. I think it's going to be a difficult negotiation to go through. But Celtic need to try. It's as simple as that. They need to try. Paul, hello Paul, nice to see you, brother. He says, the away support Madrid brought last time were absolutely shite, so I'd much rather have Bayern over for that reason amongst many. I've always said, me and Kieran always point this out when we play a Spanish team, the Spanish never travel well. I don't know what it is, but they never seem to travel well, the Spanish. And it seems to be like that in the domestic league as well. You look at away supports, and sometimes they're never huge. Not saying that applies to every game and every team, but they never seem to travel well. I don't know if there's a reason for that. I don't know if they just, as a nation, they're a bit more relaxed on the whole travelling to away games and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just not as culturally big for them. But yeah, you're right. They didn't come over last time. When was the last time we played Bayern Munich? 2017, 2018. Am I booking up either way? I'm not sure yet, Callum. So we have been talking about it in the chat about maybe going to one of the places. But I've got a lot on. In March alone, I'm away to Brussels and I'm away to London for a long weekend. So that's a lot of money. And I'm meant to be going to Lisbon with the old man. Oh, the draw is starting, ladies and gents. The draw is starting. Maybe go to Lisbon with the old man. But... we've not booked that up yet, so I don't know. We'll wait and see. Right, the draw is about to commence. I have got... Let's see, how does this sound through this? Right, I'm going to turn it up to give you the illusion. Tell me if you can... You might not even hear it, but I'm playing it through the headphones. I can't play anything else. I don't know if that's too loud, the Champions League anthem for you right now. I'm going to continue to talk over it. But the draw is about to begin. Or at least the programme's about to begin. Thank you to JC, the first donator of today's stream, saying Scales' own goal hat-trick incoming. Don't put these things in the air. We don't need these things in the air. Thanks very much. Thank you. There's also a big question about, is our away fans even going to be allowed to the playoff? We don't know yet, because you'll have seen that it's all, you can't hear anything. Okay, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. So, you know, a lot of people saying that, you know, we might have a supporter ban. God knows. I'm not part of the UEFA, whatever you want to call them. I don't know who makes the decisions. The UEFA jury. I don't know who makes those decisions, but nonetheless, it's not me. I'm not the guy that makes the decisions. I don't know what's happening yet, and I'm not going to pretend that I know the exact details of it all. Afternoon, Lupin, nice to see you. Donnie saying, would I go to Philadelphia if the Eagles win the Super Bowl? I was actually very, very tempted to book up for the Super Bowl. I looked up flights, and it was like 490 quid to go over for a week. Super Bowl weekend, and I'd watch it in some pub or something. But I'm a big shite bag, you know. I need somebody with me, you know. I'm not a social man, you know. I would die. So nah, I don't think so. Not unless somebody came with me. Tiny hands. Morning, guys. Nice to see you, JP. It's good to have you in. How you doing, mate? So we are getting the typical highlights of the league phase right now. The draw programme has started. The club have just posted on Twitter. What have the club said on Twitter? Let's see. They've not told us who we've got, have they? Because the programme's only fucking starting. Let's see. Celtic Football Club. Celtic just tweeted. Oh, whoa, that's big. That's big. Wow. That is big news, by the way. Live, Celtic have just tweeted, unfortunately, the club has received a disciplinary notice from UEFA. Following the match against Aston Villa on Wednesday evening, it is incumbent on the club to make supporters aware of this risk when considering making arrangements for travel. I think we might be getting a ban. So there is a full on... Wow, okay. Let me get this up on screen while the draw is doing all its shit so we can look through it together. This is quite big because I think we might have a supporter ban or an away ban for the away leg of this tie. I will bring it up on screen so we can all read it. Hopefully I don't miss any of the draw. But this is pretty big news, which is just broken right as this draw begins, and I think it's just to stop people from jumping in and booking up flights very, very quickly. So Celtic have tweeted, as a result of the use of pyrotechnics during their match against Borussia Dortmund last year, Celtic Football Club was sanctioned by UEFA Control Ethics and Disciplinary Body. The decision meant not only did the club receive a fine of €20,000, but also such if behaviour was repeated at a match in the next 2 years, the club would be prevented from selling tickets to supporters for one away match in UEFA Club competitions. Unfortunately, the club has received further disciplinary notice from UEFA following the match against Villa on Wednesday evening. The club will obviously make robust representations to UEFA and will make every effort to ensure that our fans can attend our next Champions League match. However, clearly there is a risk that supporters may not be able to attend. In light of this situation, it is incumbent on the club to make supporters aware of this risk when considering making arrangements for travel until further information is provided by UEFA. So it is not confirmed that Celtic won't have away supporters at this game against Bayern Munich or Real Madrid. However, it is looking like there is a chance of that. I think it's a lot of nonsense. I mean, listen, we're not here to talk about this today. We're here to talk about the draw. Obviously, this has massive implications on the draw, and obviously the travelling aspect of things, and the general spectacle of it all. I think it's nonsense, you know, considering Celtic do nothing but to bring great atmosphere to everywhere they go, and the fans do their absolute best. You know, it's a pain in the arse. Nonetheless, keep this in mind, lads. If you are planning on booking, we might not get tickets. There might not be away fans. If it doesn't, the thing is, the most annoying part of it is, if this goes through, if this doesn't go through for the next game and we do have fans, it'll probably get carried on to next season. It'll be a suspended ban, and it'll probably get taken into the next campaign, and it means our first away game next season we'll probably have no fans. UEFA don't arse about. They're scumbags. They're rats. I don't like them. And this is another rat type move, in my opinion. I know people might go, well, we shouldn't have pyro in the stadium. Listen, I have seen. The thing is, you see all these scenes in Dortmund and Milan and all these other places, and they've got these fantastic pyro displays and all that. And I feel like we never really hear of these clubs getting punished. But nonetheless, Celtic might have a supporter ban. Sorry, you could tell I'm a bit bogged up with something. We might have a supporter ban. So yeah, get up UEFA, ratbags. Right, that's that. So we will revisit that after the draw is done. This programme is going to last ages because they're going, yeah, exactly, the fun police, you know. So sorry, I don't know what's up with me. I've had my cup of tea and I've had cereal and everything, and I'm still just clogged to fuck. They're going through every single team that's qualified. So they're giving us a wee highlight of one of their best goals of the competition. And it's probably going to take another fucking 10 minutes. So we can go back to questions and your comments while we wait for the draw to commence. By the way, we have over 500, nearly 600 live viewers as things stand for a 11:15 on a Friday morning when everybody should be at work, school, uni, whatever. That is fantastic, lads. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Please make sure to hit that like button. It would go an awful long way. Let's get a few of your comments while we wait for this draw to begin. Throwing a smoke bomb on the pitch is a bit idiotic at the best of times when you've had a bang hanging over you. And I understand that. I understand that Celtic and maybe the fans need to be a little bit more vigilant in these types of situations. But, you know, at the end of the day, right, if one person does it and that costs you a place with the fans, that's one person that's done it, you know, and that can't control the whole support, sadly. There's always got to be one or two people who maybe do forget about these rules or the bans hanging over you, and I'm not going to sit and back UEFA because they're the fun place, and I think, yeah, they would never do this to Real Madrid. They would never do it to Real Madrid. The thing is, they've got it out for Celtic. They've got it out for clubs like Celtic. And maybe somebody's there to point out that they have done it to Madrid. I don't know, but I don't remember ever seeing them get something like that done to them. And it's like flares get used all the time. I don't know why UEFA are so... football is such a unique sport, right? Football is one of a kind. You can't watch NFL and see supporters like this. You can't watch fucking basketball and see supporters like this, or cricket or rugby. Why take away or why ban football fans for being football fans? Let that be the spectacle of your sport. Let people go, look at that. Look at them with their flares. Look at that. Let them with their smoke bombs. Let it be the visual that it should be. Don't fucking ban it. UEFA are meant to be making football fine. Yes, of course, there has to be rules and legislations and safety surrounding these things. Of course, flares and such can be very, very dangerous. But that's your job. That's your job, to go out and regulate it and help bring it into a football stadium in the correct manner, like Aberdeen have done. I'm sure if Aberdeen Football Club can do it, UEFA can fucking do it at the highest level. But listen, there's no point in ranting about it and getting calling out too much about it just now. Is my stream behind a bit? I'll refresh. I think anybody who's watching on TNT is probably ahead, by the way. I'm watching on UEFA.com, and usually internet streams are behind. So if you're watching on TNT, you might be a bit ahead of me. I'll probably take my eyes away from the screen when the draw commences. What do you think of the Tierney stuff now that it won't be coming to summer? We talked about it last night on this channel. And when... sorry, I feel like I'm just a big coughing mess. We spoke about this last night in the members only stream. It's annoying. It's not the end of the world. And I think it actually gives us a chance to have it just a fresh start for Tierney, rather than coming in and, you know, if he won the treble with us, he technically wouldn't be a treble winner because he wasn't here for the League Cup. And, I mean, how much is Kieran Tierney going to change this game against Real or Bayern? Not too much. So I'm not that fussed about it, but we do need to get a left back now. That's mostly the important thing about it, JP. We really do need to get another left back in. But I'm buzzing for him coming back. Afternoon, Demo. How you doing, big man? Nice to see you. I'm assuming that you'll be looking at flights after this, despite the potential ban. Right, okay. The draw is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. We are finally at the draw procedure, and if my throat manages to stay with me, what is happening to my voice? It's like that interview with the manager. You know the manager I'm talking about, and his voice changes like halfway through. God knows what's happening. It's the amount of videos I've had to make this month. The voice is gone. Just as well I'm not an ICW commentary this weekend, you know? Home NCSC Demo, exactly. You know the drill. I sound like Bevo there, don't I? You know the drill. God, seen him, bashing that Luke Bennett. Jesus. What's happening there? Anyway. Enough about Bevo and his antics. We have Claudio Ranieri on screen now, giving us the rundown of how the draw works. I know I need a Strepsil or something. I don't know what's wrong. I sound like Ange doing your best Sean Dyche impression. I don't know. I was fine when I woke up. I don't know what's happened in the last half an hour. I don't know. I don't know what is going on. But nonetheless. Thank you to Mac, who's become a channel member. I appreciate that, mate. Thank you so much. Welcome to the club. I'm sure all the other channel members will keep you in the right stead. Thank you for coming with us. And well done to Baldy Prick for being a member for 2 months. He's been waiting for that badge. Congratulations, Baldy Prick. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. A hot diluting juice. That is a terrific shout, by the way. So Anthony Joseph apparently has tweeted saying that we'll be banned. Well, we'll wait and see. The fix, by the way, another bit of the news which has been confirmed on this stream, I believe, in case you haven't heard it. The fixture dates will be confirmed tonight, apparently. So we're talking about this evening before we know what days exactly we will be playing these teams. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, the draw is underway. The first balls have been plucked. I did say Claudio Ranieri, yes. I always say that. So we are not out quite yet. We're out in the next set of balls. So we'll get that in a second. What is his name again? Is it like Giorgio Marchetti, I think it is. The guy that does the draws. But he reminds me of Claudio Ranieri. That's every year I make the same joke, you know. So the first draw is being done. As we wait here. So I'm going to turn my attention away from the chat for a moment just to watch what's happening. And so that I don't get it spoiled. So I think that Sporting will be playing either Atalanta or Borussia Dortmund. Of course, two of the teams that we played in Bruges will be playing one of these teams as well. Don't tell me they're not doing this the way I think they're doing it, are they? They are. What is the point in this? This is fucking this is nonsense. So they're drawing all the unseeded teams first before the seed. So we're about to come out, but we won't know for another 5 or so minutes who we're playing. So Manchester City's getting drawn here. And they're about to draw Celtic. But now we've got to wait. What is the point in this? This is the most stupid draw I've ever seen in my life. So they're saying, oh my god, what a waste of fucking time. Why are UEFA like this? They should be getting a fucking ban from ever conducting a draw again the way they're doing it here. So Celtic are about to get drawn here. Celtic are about to have their ball plucked. Right? Here we go. Open it up. Cheers. On you go. Celtic. Right, there's Celtic. Great. So now we've got to wait. Fucking who the fuck's that? Who's there for Celtic? I've never seen his face in my life. So Celtic will play either Real Madrid or Bayern Munich as if we didn't already know this. What's the point is this? What is the point? And it's not even like, you know, we always knew we were going to be home first as well. That's the whole point in being unseeded. You get you get the disadvantage of playing your home game first. If you want to look at it like that, maybe you think that's an advantage playing your home game first. But technically, I think that there's no denying that playing home first is a bad thing. You like to get your away result out the way so you know what you need to do when you go home. But, I mean, do you know what? It's probably a safe bet. It's probably a safe bet. Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, you know? I think it could be one of the two. Do you know what? There's going to be a few people watching this stream that's going to go right over their head. They're going to be like, well, of course it is. We know it's going to be one of the two. That's a joke, pal. It's a joke. So we've got to wait another few minutes, even though we've been drawn, to find out who we're playing. But it's about what side of the bracket you go into. Oh, what a lot of shite. Is it? I mean, I know that if we go through, not that it matters to us, we're fucking out anyway, but, like, we're not playing, like, Leverkusen or Atletico next. And I suppose then I thought the bracket was all done. I thought the bracket was on screen before the draw even started. God knows, it's a lot of shite anyway. Probably did call us Celtic. Remember, he's Italian, I think. Or Swiss, or something like that. My goodness. I'd say we either play Real Madrid or Bayern. Yep. Could be. Decent chance. Stop moaning, for fuck's sake. No wonder. Keep me here all day here. Right, okay, they're moving over. Right, lads. They're moving over. Right, so let's see. Where are we? I can't see us in the big bracket. So we'd play either Leverkusen or Atletico in the round if we went through. Okay, well, here we go. We're about to... Oh, they're going... Are they going backwards now? And we got to hold on right to the end, I think. Genuinely, I think we're right at the end. We'll find out who we get. Would you rather Musiala run out of defence or Bellingham? Neither, ideally. I wouldn't want to see any of them, to be quite honest. But if I was forced to pick, I don't know. Probably Bellingham. Honestly, no idea. I was thinking that myself. I've never seen his face in my life. I don't know who it is. It'll be a board member. But I'm not entirely sure who. Joe with a very positive comment saying, I'm just really, really happy we've gone through to the next stage for the first time in years. Just think it's a great thing for us and shuts up all the people that say we play in a quote-unquote pub league. I love the positivity, Joe. And do you know what? Even though this draw is not ideal for us, and even though we are realistically pumped out in this round, it's a huge deal. And it's a step in the right direction, isn't it? And I want people to remember that when this tie is said and done, when we have been knocked out, probably. Once again, not to jump to conclusions. You never know what happens in football. But I want people to remember that this is a huge step in the right direction. And what we've seen in the Champions League this year is part one of Brendan Rodgers' ideal plan to take us even further in future years. So, do you know what? I'm absolutely chuffed. I'm absolutely chuffed. And listen, we're not like the other mob who got it easy. I'm not getting dragged into any of that. Do you know what I can't believe? Stop arguing with them on Twitter, by the way. Stop it. Why are you biting? Stop biting to them. Doesn't matter who we've beat. We made it to this competition. They didn't. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. Just leave them be. They're fucking idiots. The ones on Twitter who want to go and give it big licks and, Celtic are almost out of the pot. Exactly, JP. Exactly. When will we know if we get tickets? I'd assume we'd need to know within the next week. Here we go. Right, Real Madrid's been... I think we're getting Bayern, boys. If I'm right. I think we might be getting Bayern. Hold on. Yes. Celtic, ladies and gentlemen, Celtic will play Bayern Munich in the next round of the Champions League. The Champions League playoffs. Bayern Munich is the team that we will play. It has been confirmed. I'm still waiting for the Bayern ball to be drawn. But Manchester City will play Real Madrid. Honestly, out of the two, it's the one I would have rathered. It is easily the one that I'd rathered. Because playoff Real Madrid, last whatever Real Madrid, become a completely different animal. A completely different animal. And that's a repeat of the Champions League. No, it's not a repeat of the Champions League final. It was Inter Milan, Man City played. Celtic and Bayern Munich. The draw is done. The draw is done, ladies and gentlemen. I will bring it up on screen for you once this programme has finished playing. But wow. That's it. We know who we're playing. I think that's the better draw out of the two, to be quite honest. I feel like everybody in the chat is agreeing, glad, beautiful. A lot of people just talking about how we've avoided Madrid. Harry who? Exactly. The Bayern rep rolled his eyes, by the way. I seen that. I wonder why, because surely you'd be buzzing. Like, no, and that's not a disrespectful thing to us, I mean. I'm not trying to say, like, Bayern are going to have their way with us. But surely, like, if you're the representative for Bayern Munich, right? Surely you're not wanting Manchester City in the next round. Surely you're not wanting Manchester City. So I don't know what he's rolling his eyes at. But that's that. The draw's done. All teams have been drawn. The draw is complete for the UEFA Champions League playoff round. I will read out all games in a moment. We've got Bayern then. Yes, we do. Ladies and gentlemen, Bayern Munich. I'll put the what in case people join late. I'm going to roll it along the bottom of the screen. Hold on. I'm just going to say Celtic will play Bayern Munich in the playoff round of the UEFA Champions. I hope there's no spelling errors in here. I'm going to put it along the bottom of the screen in case people come in and they go, who did we get? Who did we get? Who did we get? At least it'll be on fucking screen. So there you go. Bayern Munich against Celtic in the playoff round of the competition. Honestly, the draw I'd have preferred. For a number of reasons, I think. Number one, generally just a better fixture than Real Madrid, I think, in terms of an easiness. None of these are easy. But it's a little bit easier than Real Madrid, I think. I think it's a better place to go for people who are interested in going. I think Munich is just a much better place to be. And I honestly, I think it's just a much better draw. So I think that I can now bring this back up on screen for you that the draw is finished. I'm just waiting for it to officially complete so I know I don't get copyright stricken by UEFA. That's the last thing that I want. Hold on. Hold. We'll bring it up on screen for you right about now, I think. What time's the Europa League one? I take it that's at 12. Right, ladies and gents, here we go. Here is the draw in all of its glory. Right there for you. So, Brest and PSG in an all-French affair. Bruges against Atalanta, which is, you know what? My God, that's not exactly sparkling in terms of Champions League teams, but it'll be both of them we've seen firsthand. We played both, and both are good teams, so that'll be a good tie. Man City, Real Madrid, obviously the big one of the draw. Juventus and PSV, Monaco and Benfica, Sporting and Borussia Dortmund, Feyenoord against Milan, and Celtic taking on Bayern Munich. We know who we will be playing in this next round. Bayern Munich, of course, right now top of the German Bundesliga by about 6 points, I think, last time I checked. I do my best to keep up with the Bundesliga, as you know. I'm a big German football fan. A really good team at the minute with a lot of talented players. Harry Kane, who is the best striker in the world. I don't hesitate in really saying that. I think he's just unbelievable. Harry Kane, Jamal Musiala, they're about to lose Matis Tel. Wasn't exactly one of the players I was worried about when they've got, Michael Olise and all these other great players. It's a fantastic team, Bayern Munich. And they certainly will make life hard for us. The first leg will be played at Celtic Park. Now, I know a lot of people will be asking the question of me already, when do we play these games? When will we play Bayern Munich? The first game, where I get my calendar up for you. So, leg number 1, that's my Alexa. Leg number 1 will be played on either the 4th or 5th of February, am I right? I want to make sure. Dates for the away game. Everybody's just asking, what's the dates for the away game? It's 13th of March. No, I'm joking, it's not. I'll get it up and make sure I'm 100% right on it, because I don't want to feed you the wrong dates. Playoff round UCL games. Everybody's saying so early. Remember, this isn't the last 16. This is the playoff round. That's why it's earlier than usual. So remember that. Remember that fact. That's why it's early. People going, oh, it's this early. Yes, it is this early. The first leg will be played on... Let me scroll down and get it right for you. The first legs will be played on the 11th or 12th of February. That's right. Sorry. That's right. Sorry, my bad. Why did I say 5th of February? The first leg at Celtic Park will be the 11th or 12th of February. The second leg in Munich will be the 18th or 19th of February. We don't have confirmed days, what one's going to be the Tuesday, what one's going to be the Wednesday. Typically, one will be the Tuesday, one will be the Wednesday. Obviously, back-to-back weeks. Apparently, they will be confirmed tonight. The actual fixture will be confirmed tonight. Now, Celtic released a statement minutes before the draw commenced, saying that the fans potentially may be banned for this game in Munich. So we don't know yet 100%. There has been several conflicting reports. Apparently someone in the chat said that Anthony Joseph tweeted that there is a ban in place. Obviously Celtic's statement didn't technically say that. Well, let me just go and check Anthony Joseph's tweet. Celtic face a ban on away fans. Face. It's not confirmed that we are banned yet. Do not misinterpret these tweets. Celtic face a ban is what Anthony Joseph has said. It's also what the club have said as well. We do not know yet if the Celtic support will be banned from the Allianz in Munich on the 18th or 19th of February. We don't know that yet. We'll need to wait and see. The chances are quite high, obviously. So if you're one of the ones that are holding out for a ticket in the away end, maybe hold back on booking your transport. Maybe don't book up quite yet. But Celtic do face an away supporter ban for that away tie. Not confirmed. Read my lips. Not confirmed. We don't know exactly yet. Nonetheless, home NCSC I'm sure will prevail. I'm pretty sure a lot of you will be in Munich. Who knows? Maybe I'll even be in Munich. I don't know yet. I need to wait and see how much it all costs. But that's the draw we've been given by Munich. I must admit, I'm a bit relieved it's not Real Madrid. I think they would have... Listen, both of these teams will be having their way with us. But I think, obviously, the main thing is get a positive result in the home tie. And that first game on the 11th or 12th of February, it is paramount that Celtic get at least a positive result. What is a positive result, you may ask? What is a positive result in these games? Keep it tight. Go over there with the illusion that something can be done. Don't let the game be tied up in one leg. Don't leave Celtic Park with our heads down, 4-0 losers. Leave Celtic Park with a result that creates the illusion that we can go to the Allianz and get an upset. Did anybody watch Bayern versus Feyenoord last week? Did anybody watch that game? I watched a bit of that game. I watched the highlights of that game. Bayern got pumped. And I don't know how, because they were all over Feyenoord. But the homework has been done. The evidence is there on what to do. Because Bayern were all over them. Bayern should have pumped them. But Feyenoord done the simple things right, the basics right, and they got a huge result. They won 3-0. Now, it's a completely different animal now. We're into the playoff round, things get serious. Bayern aren't going to be as... They're not going to have their guard down as much as they maybe did against Feyenoord. There's no denying that. But the homework was done. The homework was done there for us. Study the tape. Brendan, go and look at what Feyenoord done right and capitalise on areas. Listen, Bayern, if you remember Bayern last year, they're not a much different team from what they were last year, Bayern. They didn't win the league last year in Germany. They didn't even finish second in Germany last year. They weren't that great. And they're obviously much better now under Vincent Kompany. They've improved big time and they've made a couple of solid changes to the team in terms of the way they play, and a couple of other players in the team that maybe weren't getting as much time last year. But there's certainly a chance there to get a positive result. And I'm not going to sit and change my tune from what I said at the start of the stream just now that the draw's been done. But I think that if you can keep that home tie tight, if you can get a result out of that game that takes us to Munich in high spirit, never say never. But it is all about that importance of the first leg. We lose that. If you lose that any more than 2-0, it's done. Even 2-0 is probably done, right? Let's just be fucking real. But if you can leave Celtic Park with a win, a draw, or even a 1-0 defeat, you never know what's going to happen in Munich. You know, and sometimes you might catch a team in an off night. So, yeah, we'll wait and see how it goes. But that is who Celtic have drawn in the next round of the competition. We'll wait and see how all of that goes. As for this stream, I am probably going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for tuning in and watching with me this morning. We'll wait and see if any more news comes out today about the supporter news, if there's going to be a ban or not. Remember, I will repeat this one more time. It's not confirmed that we are banned. We are facing a ban. The chances of a ban are relatively high, but we are not confirmed to be banned yet. So we'll wait and see what comes out about that over the coming days and weeks. We'll wait and see what fixture dates are confirmed for both the home and away leg. And essentially, we'll just need to watch and see how Bayern Munich do over the next couple of weeks and how Celtic do. But anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching along with me this afternoon. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you later on. Ta-da. I forgot to press end stream. Ta-da.